What's good, everybody? It's that dude, the one and only Mind of Murdoch, bringing it back. We are here, finally. Oh my God, with this Monday night matchup between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. Man, oh man. Timestamps are below. Let me make sure I say that. I'm going to go ahead and go off on a quick little tangent, a little rant real quick about this game. I have been seeing these results since week 2. This has been dramatic, and it has been nothing but a downfall. Every single part that I've called out in these past weeks has came true. Every single issue has came true. Linebacking core, defensive line, the safeties and everyone being injured and or just not necessarily working because of the coordination. And then also, of course, historically, the Chicago Bears offensive line being one of the worst out there, period, point blank. People out here need to really understand statistics don't mean everything. It really doesn't. A few people out here say that PFF has our offensive line graded at, not that bad. Hell to the no. If you have eyes, you have ears, and you can see and you can hear what people are saying about the Bears offensive line and what you're seeing yourself, our line is one of, if not the worst. They have given up so much pressure to Caleb. Caleb is actually getting sacked on a rate that's just it's ridiculous at this point. It's ridiculous at this point. Now, I will say this about good 30% of those sacks are on Caleb's overall effort on what he's doing. He's trying to make sure that he can actually run the play itself. He's a guy that does not want to give up on a play. Most quarterbacks out here give up on a play with either just getting out of the pocket and running all the time. We had 3 years of that. Well, 2.5 years or whatever, 3 years of that with Justin Fields. Or you have quarterbacks that just get sacked. They're just statues in that backfield and they're just getting sacked left and right. So Caleb is basically a combination between those because he's trying to make sure that he can complete and do something with the plays that's given to him. The plays that's given to him, though, atrocious. Almost every other play, wide receivers are either their timing of the route is not there, or just in general, the design itself is everyone's crossing right at the same time. Everyone's stacked on top of each other. What is happening? Who am I supposed to throw it to? I wouldn't know myself. I really wouldn't. It's the essentials. You just need those essentials. So that's why this bad boy is actually titled with the Bear Essentials, because at the end of the day, the essentials is all you need. You just need that next man up mentality. That's it. Next man up mentality. That's what people have been preaching. We've been preaching, and we need to really execute on that. And yeah, it looks like this Bears team will have an extreme mix up. It'll be a completely different team by next year. Almost guaranteed. Definitely guaranteed. Also, on the side, Braxton Jones. Bad back Braxton. Weak back Braxton. Now I might as well say concussion man Braxton. So apparently Braxton Jones woke up the morning of the game, I believe, or the day before, one of the two, and said, "Hey, I have concussion-like symptoms." You know what, Braxton? I think Braxton might have just saw our videos, y'all. He might have gotten his feelings about our videos. And that bad back, that weak bad back, apparently he wants to say it's a concussion of some sort. Because he's in his feelings, man. He gave up on this season. Clearly gave up on this season, because no one does that. Every single reporter out here, anyone out here, any former player even says the same thing. There's no way that you have a concussion the day before or the day of. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't happen like that. It's never happened like that. So, Braxton Jones is basically giving up on the team, and we've definitely given up on him. He can go ahead and go and do what he needs to. He's a 6th-round pick. Let's make sure we remind the league he's a 6th-round or 5th-round pick, one of the two. He only worked out because of the fact that he stayed on the left side, and he was able to stay on the left side for a little bit. Realistically, we need better. Period, point blank. It just doesn't work. So Braxton Jones, you can definitely go. I'm perfectly fine with that. He hasn't necessarily showed the effort that was needed. Also, when it comes down to Braxton Jones and our left tackles in general, Amagaji, Jesus. You know what? Without further ado, let's get it. Because we're going to see that play in here. But our rookie, Amagaji, man, oh man, rookie. You could definitely tell he was not ready.
Down a couple, Caleb Williams trying to find somewhere to go. Short.
And Caleb was trying his hardest.
Costa Swift.
That happened a whole lot, man. DeAndre Swift he's brick-walled himself a lot, I noticed. Once he gets to the line, it seems like he just wants to push forward other than fight through. Fighting through, you get those extra yards. Bang, bang.
Complete, and a good job by this Bears defense. The rookie Will Reichard will try from 52.
52, clean. You know you get something when you get down there, huh, Coach? Thomas Brown, you are definitely not that dude. We need to make sure that we understand that Thomas Brown is not the guy. You want to know why I say he's not the guy? He was the problem just as much as Matt Eberflus. He's been here the whole time with Flus. I said it in my last video. I said it in the video before that. Thomas Brown said it himself. He is not separate from everything in the decisions that has happened this year with Caleb. So why do we think that with Thomas Brown, things will be different? It's the same thing. It's Matt Eberflus, but worse. Because think about it. Matt Eberflus is a defensive mindset, a defensive coach. So our defense was looking okay, but our offense was trash. So if you get rid of that defensive coach and you still have that trash offense, and then your defense ends up being weaker within the last 7 weeks, literally just getting worse and worse, it makes sense. All of this makes sense on why we're so bad. It's crazy.
Even Sam Darnold's class, when you've got Lamar Jackson.
I've seen it a mile away, but, you know, it's just crazy to me.
Nice drive being put together.
Especially given that the play design is nothing but screens. Nothing but screens. We have a lot of screens. Screen to this person, screen to that, screen to this person, screen to that. Damn, Caleb got cracked on that one. And there you go again. There's our rookie, Amagaji. Ah! Kyrian. Oh, man, he is past him already. Like, this is... Man, now from what Caleb is seeing, looking at Wright right here in front of him, you would believe, all right, cool. Wright is giving me just a little bit of time. I might be able to at least and go. Little does he know, right over his shoulder, he's getting destroyed. Justin Fields and Caleb Williams both have shell shock in this from the Bears because of the fact that we have not protected them. So now you're not even feeling comfortable doing what you want to do on a regular basis. So you can't just do certain things.
Williams is hit.
So here he was trying. This is early in the game. He was trying to just do something, and there you go.
Knocked down at the 39.
Fumble.
And for Caleb, his fourth loss of the season. And for the second consecutive possession, the Vikings start.
There goes that defensive line and offensive line colliding. And that defensive line of ours is not there. Look at that. What is that? What is that? Whoa. Once they engage, look at that. There's literally 3 to 4 holes right there. 3 to 4 holes. You could just choose to stop and go left, middle, right.
Throughout the night. Jones right up the middle.
Defense is horrible.
Spins.
Because even with Matt Eberflus as our defensive coach, when they were saying our defense was so great, I still didn't believe that they were that great. I definitely didn't. I'm a realistic fan. I understand things. Wow, that's too easy. Owens, you are getting caught in these highlights so much, man, of getting did in. Jaquan Brisker wasn't caught as much as you, bro. So Mr. Biles needs to get his stuff right.
And then you've got
playful banner.
And just allows him a lot of flexibility.
And why didn't Byard in that situation notice? He's seeing, okay, boom. You see that he's looking behind you. Drop here. He knows that he's going back. Drop. He didn't drop. Where did you go? Where did you go, Byard? You went from right here.
On the safety, Kevin Byard, and then you've got.
You move 2 yards back just to move. Okay, 3 yards back.
And just allows him a lot of flexibility.
Find somebody. That's what you do. When you see that, especially by this time, you can see that he had time. Here, boom. Right when Byard understands that he's about to, boom. Right there, Byard. Right when you're going, boom, you're supposed to go. You glance, boom, and then you're going back. You know what I'm saying? Like if he was actually backtracking, he would have went back and he'd have, like did that little glance and looked. He didn't, and this is what happens.
And then you've got
super easy.
Coming in behind it and just allows him a lot of flexibility.
Super easy.
4-man rush. Williams steps up.
See, Williams wants to step up. He wants to actually. Wow, Jesus! Look at this offensive line. If you've seen this as a quarterback, your line just being destroyed once they get touched. See, they're not touched right now, so this looks good. Oh, yeah. What do you mean you got time? Boy, look at the time he got touched. Everybody just got slapped away. The left side is all messed up. And then now it's broken up on the right side. Then the right side, he sees this. 52, he sees 52. Caleb sees 52.
Allows him a lot of flexibility.
Bang, right there. Caleb's already looking at this, and he sees a 52 slapped clean past the right guard. I'm going to try to move up. Left guard getting ate up. Right tackle getting ate up.
Steps up in the pass.
Knowing that all this chaos is happening around you, it's hard for a rookie that's not used to the NFL to see this. We all know this. We all know this. So seeing that he has all this pressure around him and stuff, for him to try to make this pass right here, this is what it looks like. This is the window he saw.
Williams steps up.
Just didn't see that safety dropped in.
The pass broken up. Smith flashed in there and
Harrison Smith? Yeah, Harrison Smith.
Coverage on a Dunze.
Be careful with the football and try to get as much out of this as you can for field position.
This one is caught by Jones. Aaron Jones.
Too easy. Too easy. That right there is ridiculous. It was 3rd and 17. Why are we doing this? Now, whenever I say why, I want you all to understand this. Whenever I say why, I know why. Okay, I understand why. I see the idiocy. I see the problems. Okay, I clearly see that. It's just why. You know, just why? You know, it's one of those like, why? You just say why. There's nothing else you can say or think of. It's just why. Look at how far we've dropped back. Look at how far we've dropped back. If anything, we should be right here. Majority of the team should be almost majority of the team. I should say linebacking core and stuff like that should be right around where Jalen Johnson is right here. They should be right around here, around the 20 area. That's where they should be. They're way beyond that. They're way beyond it by the 30. So they were thinking the bend not break approach, right? Once again, here goes our Bears thinking bend not break. Guess what? You still broke, because at the end of the day, if you're giving up an extra 2 to 3 yards between the actual line of scrimmage, not line of scrimmage, but the first down line and the person catching it, so then when you go to attack them, they now have a better angle than you to actually juke you out the way or just to get out the way and get down there. And that's literally what happens here. Look at that angle. These guys could have had him. 49. No closing speed. Anticipation. I want you to pay attention to 49. Look at this. He slows down. I literally paused it when he slows down. He slows down like he thinks the tackle was already happening. Like he didn't want to assert himself within that. Get in there. You ain't hear them. Ain't no whistle. Ain't, nothing's happening. Get in there. But that's what he did right here. He slowed down and does that to move around. Stop it, bro. Go attack. That's the problem. 49 didn't attack, and then when it comes down to our safeties coming in there to help, I believe that's Byard. Yeah, Byard just he commits too quick to, not Byard, Owens. He commits too quick to dropping his head with tackles.
You've talked about trying to create a rock star in the quarterback position.
So since you dropped his head too quick, that person's able to anticipate it and kind of just muff him. Get out of here, man. See.
Instead of trying to line drive balls.
They're down in 10. Darnold. Complete.
Bang, bang. Here goes that bend, don't break. Come on now. Come on now.
Some of the things that we see here from the Minnesota Vikings as well as the
Couldn't believe what was happening here.
Blitz coming. Vikings able to pick it up. Darnold finds
Bang, once again. 5'11". They even said it themselves during the broadcast. 5'11", Jordan Addison. 5'11". You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. If you're talented, you're talented. If you got it, you got it. They will draft you. They will get you, majority of the time anyway. So that's great to see. And Jordan Addison was Caleb's former target in high school. I said high school. Huh? In college. That was his former target. So him and Caleb know each other. Caleb knows it. Caleb's looking at probably Addison that whole game like, I'm so proud of my boy. I'm so proud of my boy. Looking at this game, we clearly need an offensive head coach.
and he's picked.
Because every single player in Chicago will play for Chicago. Defense will live always in Chicago. But we need an offensive-minded head coach.
with the job up front by the offensive line, a lot of free rushers in his lanes.
Here's
Bang.
That is the 16th run of this.
I feel like Swift lost too much weight or something like that because he gets dragged down easy. His tackles are like damn near hand tackles a lot this year.
Looking for Komet. He's got
Good work. Very simple play action.
Komet with a nice catch and run, takes it.
But no lie, when it comes down to energy itself, it does look like the Bears don't have some energy sometimes, especially this offensive line. Look at oh my God, they were so slow to formulate that. They should have been way ahead. Why is Jenkins falling over him? Like Jenkins and who is that? Wright. No, not Wright. Matt. Jenkins and Matt, 79, 76. You guys are way too far behind. You should be right up there with 65. 65 is right where he needs to be when it comes down to, you know, that check down and doing what he needs to. You guys are way behind. Way behind. See, because right here, Swift was expecting to have something to run behind. Nope. You're too slow. Sorry to say, Jenkins, I do want to keep Tevin Jenkins just because I understand that if he actually becomes something great, he could really be something. It's just we need a coach to get it out of him because Jenkins hasn't been showing that effort either.
He didn't get it.
And look at that. That right there.
He didn't get it. Field and then fights.
Let's make sure we look at this.
Field and then fights. He didn't get it.
Effort?
Another stop for this Vikings defense on another
Effort?
carry by
That's all Caleb. All right, people? He put himself out there. I remember Cam Newton didn't even put himself out there to grab that ball.
Darnold finds Jefferson.
There's so many quarterbacks out here that didn't put themselves out there to grab the ball. Caleb showing you I'm willing to do a lot, and he put himself on the line for a lot.
Got a first down. Catch made by
I don't know what people are trying to give Caleb this persona for. I guess they're just going off of whatever news they heard before, and then they just want to believe he's some type of a diva. There's nothing at all that shows that he's some type of a diva, but apparently that's the message.
Would probably be the less thrilled about that room would be Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold is an amazing quarterback at this point. I'm so happy for his resurrection. But sad to say, I see the Vikings giving up on him,
got the big hit from
a.k.a. someone else, you know, grabbing him next year.
So Jalen Johnson is now at the top.
Because JJ is definitely your future.
Darnold underneath Hawkinson.
But, I mean, if Darnold keeps playing like this, I'd re-sign him personally. But that would put JJ on the back burner like Michael Penix. But, I mean, if you look at Michael Penix, technically, the way that Kirk Cousins is playing, if he plays real bad like he did last week,
Hawkinson the closest one to it.
I can see Michael Penix playing.
Left, it's fourth down. Second game back from being on IR with a quad injury, and he drills it. And it's a 13-0 game. Minnesota on top.
13-0. Oh, man, oh, man.
Big learning year for him and knowing what he has to know better going into his
Bang.
Here's Allen, good throw. Ball comes out. Allen found a void.
Very good. Very, very good.
The timing is just very natural in that regard.
Bad throw. Open, wide open was.
That was not a bad throw. One thing that I get pissed off with some of these damn announcers and stuff like that is that they don't want to recognize what actually happened. Even while this play happened, I was like, how is that a bad throw? It was a perfect throw. Keenan Allen was too slow breaking out of that route. So when Keenan Allen broke out of that route, he threw it where, if you look at the timing of it, if Keenan Allen was going at the same speed that he was when he first broke off of the line, he would have actually been right there at that cut to grab it right in his hands. Also, what's your job? My job as a quarterback is to throw the ball to you, to get it towards you in your vicinity, within your box, your radius, your catch radius, as they call it, right? Your catch radius, so you can catch it. Caleb Williams has been dotting people up within their catch radius, if not all in the chest previously. This game here, not quite. He definitely was overshooting after a while, but when it comes down to overshooting, I feel like that's a pressure thing. You know, you're putting a bit too much into it. You're doing a bit, you know, more than you need to because of the fact that it feels like it's that would have been nice if he would have got it inbounds. But, you know, you're just doing a little bit too much just because you see what's happened already. That offensive line, hold on. That offensive line play that you have, like Caleb has here, you're feeling like you got to do something aside from your line. You know what I'm saying? Like, even with this horrible line, I still have to do something. I can't let them be the reason why I suck, basically. That's what he tries to do with every single play, and I see it in him. It's that effort. He actually tries to run the play itself, unlike other quarterbacks that actually just I'm not going to run the play at all. I'm just going to keep it going. Yes, there's checkdowns for the plays, but at the end of the day, I want to run the play itself for what's actually out there. Checkdowns isn't actually running the play. What happens at the end of the day when you're a checkdown quarterback? All they're going to say is, all you did was dink and dunk it the whole time. So there's always some BS excuse on why quarterbacks should check down and why they shouldn't check down. You're either a check down artist and then you're just dink and dunking all day, or you're looked at as you're very bad because you didn't take the check down and you want to, do more with the ball. I just don't understand it. I really don't understand the world. People just want to pick their poison of what they want to complain about and really not take the perspective of what's actually happening.
What a free play.
Bernard came across.
We're going to go ahead and let it ride out. Too many pauses.
Inside the 30.
But I have to pause it to make sure that the NFL doesn't hit me with too hard of copyrights.
They just have not connected.
They hand to Swift. Nice move.
I definitely give my own creative flair to this, I believe. So that was one of the first great runs of Swift that night.
Here he is again. Gets to the edge. Got a block from DJ Moore. Down to the one.
Good work.
That's good running. That's good tough running. He's got the
all of that running. All of that running. Penalty.
Williams hangs on to it. Throws. Incomplete. Williams.
And this is literally the definition of what I was just saying about Caleb, y'all. I was just saying this. I was just saying it. He's trying to do something with the play. He wants to actually work within it. So he could have sat there and took a sack like any other quarterback. They would have sat there. They don't really move much. They'd have got hit and pulled, and that would have been it for him. He was going for Rome. I believe in this play he definitely was going for Rome, and Keenan Allen happened to be cutting back. And Keenan thought it was going to him, so Keenan put his hands there. That's kind of what happened. But then also, once again, we have 4 whole players in the same area throughout the play. Like, in the play design itself, they were already there.
Incomplete.
It's not like they worked their way there. Here goes Santos.
Well, there's been a lot of conversation over the last week. Second down and 16. Hawkinson.
TJ.
Good move, third down.
Very good tight end.
Baker's probably sitting on the couch drinking a cold beer right now, just rubbing his belly or something,
They're talking about Baker, yeah.
Aaron Jones.
Oh.
Nice hole this time.
And you have a hole like this, man. Look at that. Look at that. Just superior. How did 65 get all the way up there? I mean, 64. Look at that. Breaks clean through, knows that his guy is actually took, meaning knows that the defensive tackle is taken care of, goes right to the second level. Boom. Takes out Sanborn.
Aaron Jones. Nice hole this time.
Wow. Gotta love it. Effort from your offensive lineman.
Toss to Jones. Cuts back. Nice carry for a first down inside.
Yeah, Jones is running like crazy, man.
And Sunday
it hurts.
Second and 11 over the middle. Jefferson down to the one.
Nice solid hit, but that hit meant nothing, Owens. Jefferson still caught it.
Jones gets him in. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Look at that. 1 yard? You can get 1 yard out of Aaron Jones. Can't get 1 yard out of DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift definitely shows the reason why his team gave up on him.
He's been with the team, had 9 snaps last week. He'll get more playing time to finish out this year.
On 1st and 5, Swift is able to drive for a first down.
Yeah, he'll give you 5 of these plays a game. 5 plays a game that he'll look real tough.
DJ Moore.
That just looked like a curls concept. Everybody was just curling. One dude to the flat, just giving them options. It's a very safe play calling we're doing here. This is bad. Play calling is horrible. Beautiful catch. Beautiful. You need to be able to have that ability. That is beautiful. I'm very happy Caleb's willing to do that. And the willingness to do that shows that, man, oh, man, the future is bright. We really need a good play caller.
Third down and 16.
Proven play caller. Ooh, spins. Woo. Hey, he's trying to make something happen.
Just up for grabs. Flag flies and the pass incomplete.
Now, that right there would have been actually a better attempt if Allen didn't jump too early. That right there, I think, would have been a way better attempt if Allen would have jumped. Now, see, no, he jumped just too early. Just too early. It's good, though. It's all right.
He took a big time hit at the end.
But Caleb was trying something. I know there's people like, throw the ball, throw the ball. Look at that. What would he throw it to? Keenan Allen right there?
Williams.
You mean right when he's about to get sacked?
16.
He sees the guy coming, and look, Keenan's right there. He's right there. So, but by the time, because Keenan was at this hash mark or whatever in the middle, Keenan had a guy right on his shoulder. So Caleb throwing it at that moment would have been a guaranteed intercept, just guaranteed. So right now, when Keenan is open, look at how the view looks for Caleb. Look at that.
Williams trying to make something happen, jumping around, going back.
Hey, you gotta love the willingness, and I mean, Jesus, you gotta love the willingness. I love every bit of it, man. It shows that he can extend the plays, he can get things going. It's just we really need to have play callers going, and we need to have more confidence in Caleb by giving him the proper time more consistently. It's about consistency.
Here's Jefferson catch and run to the Chicago 49.
And looking at Sanborn here, when I said Sanborn about 3 weeks ago, I felt like he should come in for Edmonds. I definitely still feel the same way. Keep Sanborn in for now. Keep him in. Why not? Keep him in. But you keep putting this big, long, lanky 49 out there, and he not doing nothing but giving up plays.
They get right back on the line on first down.
Jefferson diving catch.
He had the big year last year, got the new contract, and he's had a good year this year also.
Darnold, end zone, Addison, contact, and a flag.
That right there, I agree with Tyreek Stevenson. Wholeheartedly, I agree with Tyreek Stevenson on this one. I don't even mess with Tyreek Stevenson after that Washington game. I feel like he's got some issues, but I do agree. Addison needs to get some weight on him. Since he doesn't have any weight on him, legitimately, Stevenson was already looking at the ball, tracked the ball, going for the ball, went for the ball. Addison is already falling apart before he's actually going for the ball. But Stevenson is clearly going for the ball beforehand. Right there. His head was already there. See, that's before Addison's even there. But one thing I will say, and I seen it in the replay, it's that arm. It's that arm. So they were in the arm, and then you can somewhat see he just a little bit stretched it, just a little bit. And Addison did what he needed to. He got his Oscar. But it works, though, man. You got to do what you got to do. Hey.
And a flag. Here's Akers driving for the touchdown.
And that's the biggest thing about that, too, with that whole Keenan Allen catch. Throughout the whole game, there was passes that even when Caleb was overshooting certain people, it wasn't actually overshot. It was if you actually chose to jump, then maybe it would have been better. Seriously, like some of them were just like right there. I'm like at least two to three of them were definitely just if he would have jumped more effort from whoever he was passing to, it would have worked out. And then some of them, yes, he did sail them clean over. But once again, sailing the ball over the the offensive player is because of the fact that you have no protection, you're not used to the protection that you have. You don't trust the protection that you have. So then when you are throwing it, you're overcompensating or undercompensating. One of the two. That's just what it is. It's just what it is. Reason why I can say that is because Caleb didn't do this in college. He didn't do this. He didn't do this. Last 4 years, everyone wanted Caleb. Everyone wanted, 3 years or whatever. Everyone wanted Caleb. Everyone knew he was the consensus first round number one pick quarterback going to whoever get him, whoever had the first overall. So any team he'd have been great on. So we must not forget that. We must not forget that. He's still supposed to be that guy. It's just crazy. It shows you that system matters. Coaching matters. Because you can mess up somebody in that moment, and hopefully it's not long term.
It was Tyreek Stevenson who had a chance, and he's a physical player in the run game.
Yeah, Stevenson did nothing right there.
And
He barely touched him.
which is the first step for any
All right.
organization to be able to compete within the division.
Third down and 3. Williams sacked.
Darnell.
Which is the first step
Darnell Wright, man.
to be able to compete within the division.
Instant. He's passed him already here. He's already passed him. Right tackle, 58. Jeez. Man, Darnell. Come on, bruh.
Third down and 3. Williams sacked.
Darnell's a second-year player. Still playing like he's a rookie. And I will still say this until he shows me better. Darnell Wright plays as soft as he talks. So if you ever hear him talking, that's how hard he plays. That's bad. Come on now, man. I thought that with him being a jolly, soft-spoken big guy, he'd kind of be like Kevin Jenkins. Not Kevin Jenkins, but Tevin Jenkins.
Boy, shot out of a cannon.
And, just have a mean side to him and stuff like that. He might have a mean side, but he ain't shown that much. Wright has definitely been a good player, but he has definitely been an issue. Beautiful block. It was clean, too. That was clean.
Second down, Williams.
He can't even step back up. You see that? He had to hesitate because he was going to go ahead and step up. He's like, nah, this is bad. Look, here, he stepped back. There's nothing there. You can even see it off screen. There's nothing there. Everyone's in positions to intercept something. He had to do the hesitation because who's looking at him? 58. Darnell Wright is literally looking at Caleb face to face. They're looking at each other at this point. That is bad.
Williams trying to find somewhere to go. Back across his body and across the field to Keenan Allen. First down.
It doesn't look now. He might bring.
I can't believe it. Can't believe it. That many third downs. And you chose to go for it on fourth. Thomas Brown knows he's clearly the issue. Look at his face, y'all. He tries to have that nonchalant, I'm serious all the time look. I need emotion out of a coach. I need a coach to actually care. Thomas Brown acts like he doesn't care. That demeanor is, I don't care. There's no passion. There's nothing. We need passion. We need someone that actually freaking cares. Thomas Brown clearly acts just like Matt Eberflus, just on the scale of he's just a little bit more stern, I would have to say. So given he's more stern, they might like the sternness of him. But overall, he's just like him. Just like him, clearly. Looking at the results, clearly just like him. If not worse, because he doesn't have a defensive mindset. And his offensive mindset is not there.
But he's not bringing all-out blitz like I thought he might.
That right there pissed me off. I'm seeing that week after week after week. Caleb having to let the offensive line know. These players that have years of experience more than him. He has to still let them know, hey, I'm hiking. Hey, I'm ready. Hey. That's what they're doing. Come on now, man. You shouldn't have to do that all the time. And he does. They just don't remember the cadence. They don't remember when he's hiking it. Like, he doesn't do any fake counts. It's not like it's hot. That's hot. That's hot. Like, he ain't doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Gotta convert. End zone, there it is. Touchdown.
beautiful. Beautiful pass.
Caleb Williams.
Got down and they were under 2 minutes.
Can't be too happy about it because we're down, but definitely nice.
Situation here, fourth down, and there's more likelihood than as a quarterback.
Caleb, end zone. Broken up. DJ Moore, the target. And the 2-point try.
Hold on.
Caleb, end zone.
It does look like the guy was on him beforehand.
Broken up.
I wonder, is there pass interference? I mean, of course there is pass interference, but I wonder, have they ever called pass interference on a 2-point conversion? I wonder if they have ever called that. I don't think so, right? I don't think I remember a time where they might have, but I don't think I remember them calling a flag on that. You guys can let me know in the comments below. I don't know really.
And the 2-point try fails.
Because this is a great profession when you're winning and playing like he is.
Here's Sherfield. Nice effort, and he's able to pick up the first down. Storyline in this one. Handoff is to Chandler.
Yeah.
Bears are out of timeouts.
And he knows how important the position is.
46-yarder.
All the things that I've talked about, he certainly
Beautiful.
knows how to go about
Drilled it right on down the middle. All right. It looks like the NFC North is definitely well taken care of.
Homer.
We definitely have some nice squads in the North.
Will end right there. And so will all of ours. That'll do it.
It's so crazy. I wonder whose choice it was to keep Travis Homer over Khalil. Huh? Who was it? Who was it? Khalil was way more productive than Swift a lot of times, but we let him go. So, as we all know, Ryan Poles, you are in question, sir. You are definitely in question, sir, because you've been making some good moves, but man, oh man, a lot of your moves have came out to be not so well ones, man. It looks like Kirian Amagaji was definitely not ready, so that's a late round pick, third round pick that you definitely probably shouldn't have done. I don't want any developmental players. I don't want anyone else that we have to develop on the Chicago Bears, period, point blank. We don't need it. We do not need it. We need certified gangsters. We need certified players. We need players that are here, that know what they're doing, that can at least establish themselves to continue this legacy as Chicago Bears, period. None of these guys will be known as Chicago Bears in the future. Majority of these players on this team, we won't think of them as Bears like that. We won't, because of their efforts these last couple years. Period, point blank. It just isn't good at all. It just isn't. I just don't understand at all. The fact that you will have no points with all these positive red zone attempts, it's crazy. Not even field goals. It's discipline. It's discipline that's the issue. The fact that we have so many penalties that hurt us, that shows it's a coaching error. Penalties is a coaching error, period, point blank, because they know how to play the game. They do. They really do. And something that they didn't show in these highlights is actually Doug. Doug Kramer came in there, did not talk to the referee whatsoever, but came in as a fullback position and lost us a whole touchdown because he didn't, claim to be in. And then apparently from what I heard, he said after the game that he did report. But then we can see that he didn't report. Why lie? There's cameras everywhere. This is 2024. We've had cameras around everywhere for the past 15 to 20 years. No one can say they did something when clearly you didn't when you have a professional job like this. So, Kramer, I appreciate you being Chicago born, Chicago raised, so on and so forth, whatever. But you can go, man. You can go. You haven't been able to establish what you were here for. You haven't been able to establish being a fullback turn lineman or whatever it is, or lineman turn fullback, whatever, assisting that role. You haven't been able to do anything correct so far. So I'm sorry, man. I'd rather let Doug go, especially after that. It's been too much consistency from him. When he does actually show up, he hasn't been beneficial. He showed up in key moments, and he hasn't been beneficial. It's like having a designated hitter in baseball. Why would you have him as DH if he's batting under 200? You wouldn't do that. Well, but anyway, you wouldn't do that. You get what I'm saying? Realistically, you want somebody that's actually swinging. He's out there so that when he's replacing somebody, he's out there. He's making it. He's making good of all his time. Period. Point blank. I just don't understand exactly why we want to have these issues. And then the coach want to talk about accountability. Not even the coach. We, as fans, are talking about accountability. Where is your accountability? Huh? Where is it, Thomas Brown? I know. It's just not here with the Bears. Just like a lot of this coaching staff and a lot of these players won't be. Sad to say, I wanted all these players to make something. On paper, this team had so much going forward. But the Bears have been officially knocked out of the playoff contention as of 2 weeks ago or last week, one of the two. So, yeah, man, it's going to be great to cover the rest of the NFC North teams the rest of this year, this football season. Still will be covering my Bears as always. Bear down. It's just sad to see how this turned out, man. I saw it since week 2. I thought we might fix some things, and we never fixed it. So, touche, and I hope that Ryan Poles gets this thing going so that Caleb and, the rest of the Bears can actually have a team. with this beautiful, just the picture's so beautiful, y'all. I don't know why we messed this up. On paper, everything was so beautiful, this team. But until next time, y'all, it's that dude, the Mind of Murdoch. Appreciate y'all being here, man. I know this has been a long one. Until next time.